Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of our LDT podcast. My name is Sarah, and we have with us today a highly esteemed guest. It's the one we all know and love, Miss Dalilah Kalla. Most of us know her as the head of employability here, but she's also the head of Co-Curricular Support Services. So please join me in welcoming Miss Dalilah Kalla. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
So, could you tell us a little more about how the employability team can help students?
All right. At the Employability Service, our main role is not only to help students get job, but it's mainly to help students develop a career plan, develop the personal development, but enhance their networking, but also to help them in the skill building. Okay, so we ensure that the students are able to meet, for example, the industry so that they understand what's happening in the working world. And so our goals mainly is to get students ready for the world, for the working world after the graduation. The students have the opportunity, like I said, to meet the industry, to meet CEOs, so they can develop that networking skills. And the more they meet the industry, the more they can relate whatever they are learning in the classroom and what's going to happen when it comes to their career.
That's impressive. And I feel like it's very important for students to build the skills they need in university because
It is very important. The earlier they understand the skills that the employers are looking for, the better prepared they are.
okay, interesting. And speaking of skills, what would you say are the most important academic skills that students should focus on developing early in university?
I would say time management is important. Um, why it is important? Because the working world moves very fast. Okay, the earlier they understand time management, the better prepared they're going to be when they start working, whether it's an internship, whether it's a part-time job, or whether it's a full-time job. The second thing in terms of the academic skills, I would say also writing is important. You need to know how to write well, whether it's in, especially for the local student, French and English, for internationals in English as well. But it's important. This is very important when it comes to the working world as well.
Definitely, time management and writing are both things that I've seen students struggle with while helping with the LET, and there is definitely an improvement in the quality of the work that we deliver, whether it's within university and um, after we graduate. And you're definitely right about that.
Yes.
And how would you say that building these skills at first in university helps you support both your studies, but more so your professional career?
Um, you see, the earlier you work on your skills, like I said, the earlier you feel at ease in the working world. And the one thing that students needs to realize is that employers are very much interested in the skills that the students have. I'm not saying the degree is not quite. I'm saying that it is the employers will assess you on your skills, on your attitude as well, and all this you can develop that while during your 3 to 4 years that the students are with us. So, and we provide the service, whether it's with the employability, whether it's the LET, whether it's the activities or the well-being department. All the professional service staff, including the academics, help the student to build their skills. So you also have the skills that they are acquiring in the classroom. There's all the knowledge that they're acquiring. And that's something that I like to point out. I mean, the students, they are getting a lot of knowledge from the lecturers as well. And don't forget the lecturers they are actually working on some of them are working on the PhD, some of them are working on different academic articles. There's always knowledge running around in the classroom. Plus you've got a diverse classroom. So there's a lot of things happening. So that builds up your very own different skills as well. Curiosity is another is something that is very important, and that's something that is very. I would say that employers will be very much interested with a graduate or an intern who is curious, who wants to learn. And if a student is able to connect both, that is, whatever they are acquiring in the classroom, and put that together in what the employers are looking for, that they are fine. They are fine to, they will be at ease in the working world.
Yeah. And while building this familiarity with the working world, most students have a certain image of what it's going to look like. And unless we've done internships or we've worked before, it's very often a misconceived image. And I want to ask you, while you've been working with students, what um, common misconceptions have you seen about success after graduation in students that you would like for us to know about?
Um, Very often, students tend to think that success is that they are going, as soon as they graduate, they get a first class, they're gonna get a job straight away. Okay, that's a big misconception. Okay, the first class degree is very good, but like I said, if you don't have the right skills, if your skills doesn't match what the employer is looking for, it can get very hard. Okay. So it is important, like that's what I say, it is important for students to get prepared and to understand what their employer is looking for, whether you are in law, whether you are in IT or any other field. It is understand that it is important that you understand your field and how it's going. And that's why it's important that they keep themselves uh, aware of the progression within the field. Okay, with IT, for example, every second something is changing. You see, so and the students needs to know about this, and the only way the students will know that if first if they are consistent and coming to class, if they attend the different workshop, like I said, whether it is through the employability or through the activities or through LET or through well-being or any other departments, uh, but also the other thing that will make them successful is to learn how to network. After university, we offer students the opportunity to participate in competitions, to participate in conferences, in different programs that there are that the ministry may be looking for students. Or there's a visit on campus. We will call students to share their experience. Participate in those things that will build up their skills, that will build up their confidence, but it will also show to the different employers that are present for, let's say, for at the competition, for example. I'm taking the example of the competition because last week I had two students who went on a hackathon, and they didn't win, okay, but they did say the judges came to us and congratulated us because they thought that we had a very good project. That's enough, because that's enough for the student. The student have been visible, and tomorrow that same judges who are the industry may contact those students and say, okay, well, we like you, let's have a talk. And that's it, they get a job like that. So that's what's important. And I emphasize on that, I will encourage the student to participate in different activities, in different competition out there. If they don't have a teammate, we can find a teammate for them. Collaboration, all this are all that the industry is looking for. So success is not straight away. You will start from the bottom. Okay, all graduates start from the bottom. And then as they are proving themselves, they will climb the ladder very quickly. But they need to have the right skills and they need to show that they're willing to learn. And if they show that to the employer, they're going to grow, they're going to climb the ladder very quickly. And our students normally do.
Didn't
Yeah.
I agree with the idea that students often um, they don't realize the importance of participating in extracurriculars. And the idea that we have while starting university is that I've seen it in law students, but I don't know if it's for every program. But we stick to our books, we stick to the lectures, workshops, seminars, reading, exams, coursework, and that's it. And my big advice to students is not just to focus on the content and the skills that they're learning, but to do that, engaging with extracurriculars and competitions, whatever the university is organizing, I feel like that leads to a lot more growth and a lot more visible growth. Definitely. Than just sticking to the content, but a balance between both.
It's important. And the other thing that the students need to ask themselves when they are in class as well is so that they can develop, that their goals as well, so that they know what they want to do after graduation, is to really understand the why. The why are they doing this course? Why are they doing this module? How is this module helping me? You know, how is this module going to help me in achieving my goals? Whether students want to do the bar afterwards, or whether a student wants to do, and all students want to go in the corporate world. So they need to keep on asking themselves that questions. If they want to, if they are going for a competition, they need to ask the question why and how is that going to help me? And trust me, it is going to help them. But it's just a question that they need to be more how can I put that? To be more intentional and really make that step. It will help. I'm not asking them to participate in all in everything, but like you said yourself, there has to be a balance somewhere. But yeah, it does help a lot. And we've seen that in a lot of our graduates as well.
Very interesting. And the idea of asking yourself why and building a strong intention for what you're doing. I want to ask you more about that. So, how can students build this, be more intentional in their academic journey? For example, they know that they're going to be headed to um, the working world after. So, how can they be more intentional in, for example, learning? Because they're going to connect this learning to their real life opportunities. And how can they bridge that gap?
Okay, in my opinion, they have to be present. Okay. For me, if the students want to be back to be intentional, they have to be present in class. Unless said, in class they won't get a lot of things. It's not only from the lecturers, but we are lucky enough to have a diverse community of students from different countries, and they are actually would agree as a law student that there's always discussion going on in class, okay, in seminars and workshop, whatever it is. When there's a question out there, you will have different views, and that's important, okay. It's the same when attending a workshop, okay, and it's wonderful to see the question that goes around from students, the knowledge that you gain out of it. It's impressive. So for me, my opinion would be to be present, to always be visible as well, to us, to your lecturers, to the industry, to whoever, and not just stay in your corner, like you mentioned earlier, coming in the books and then going home. No, be more than that. The students need to realize, and sometimes they don't realize that 3 years or 4 years go very, very quickly. And by the time, just like that, it's happening, graduation is coming, and then after graduation, you ask yourself, okay, what am I going to do now? You see, so it shouldn't reach that stage. And that's why we are here. That's why we're here to help the students. We're here to guide the students. And it's the whole university staff that helps that. Huh? And it's important that the student understand that.
Interesting. Thank you, sir. And I like what you said about being visible. A lot of us, we try to, as far as possible, stay in our comfort zones at us, and that often means staying invisible.
Exactly.
And I've seen in myself a change in when I tried to stay invisible and when I was like, okay, let's try to step out of this. Let me try something I've never tried before. Let me do something that will get people to see me. Whatever the opinion is, let's put that aside and grow. And you have to be visible in a way to be able to cook. So I absolutely agree. And in your experience, what learning habits or attitudes help students gain the most from university beyond just good grades? And are you mentioning present and intentional? So audience would definitely be.
Yes, I think be curious as well. Um, Understand what's happening around them, what's happening. Because I often see that with students that they might be very knowledgeable about their field. It does or whatever is textbook is the whole class or whatever is happening in the class, but they may not be aware. Let's say somebody in finance, but what's happening in the finance market at the moment, with everything that's happening around the world, or in Iran and etc. etc. How that is going to be an impact, you know. I think curiosity is very important. um yeah, I think be yeah, like I said, be present, be visible, but and I would say also to be open to feedback, right? Um, Students are going to receive feedback from the lecturers. Um, Understand the feedback. Don't just take the feedback like that. If you don't understand what the lecturer have put in the feedback when it comes to the assignment, go and ask. Do not hesitate to go and ask. The other thing, but feedback is also received from us as well, from the professional services. So there's feedback from the SLAs, for example. There's feedback from us as well, from the employability service when they come to see us, or from the well-being in any other department as well. So be open and start the discussion if needed, if you don't understand, but just be alert of everything that's happening. And I think that's important.
It is definitely important. And in terms of feedback, at first, as
Yes,
we're getting used to receiving feedback, it might feel like criticism
exactly.
and it stings. At
It
first.
will. It will. And that's what I'm saying. If you don't understand, if you're not happy, it's good to go and ask. The lecturer is here to help you. Okay, that's the job of a lecturer, to help you to understand whatever subject it is, all right, to guide you. So, yes, you may not be happy with the feedback, and that's why it is important to go and ask. Um, this is important because this will help you. And that often I see that in student. And as I've been here for some time now, and I've seen a lot of students coming in front of me, but the more and more students are resilient in a way to go and talk to the lecturers for some reason. And but no, they're here to help. So I will advise to students to go and ask. If they haven't received a feedback, to go and ask for a feedback. Don't best use the lecturer though, but just make sure that you are actually obtaining the feedback, that understanding. Okay, that will help. Tomorrow, when you go in the working place as well, you will be receiving feedback. And trust me, sometimes the feedback can be harsher than what the lecturer has given you. Okay, so you need to be prepared for that.
And to tie our conversation from the last two questions together, being visible, I think, is scary because we get feedback from being visible.
Yes, you do.
So, what would you say to students who are learning to present themselves? What advice would you have about presenting yourself or building confidence to do it? Whether that's in close discussions or as a foundation for stronger communication in.
I will advise them to start small. Okay, let's say for example junior induction. Okay, everybody is new, nobody knows each other most of the time. Huh? Start by the first a conversation next to the person sitting next to you. That's enough to start. Come to us during induction. You've been there, you've seen the induction committee, you've seen the members, how we tend to be as friendly as we can. Okay, with the students to make them comfortable. Then second, in class as well, start little by little. All right. When the lecturer is asking a question, prepare. So obviously you need to prepare your lecture very well to be able to answer the question. But don't hesitate to answer. Don't only leave the one who always answer the question to answer the questions. You see what I mean? So just make sure that you are also participating. Okay. But start little by little and you will see the more you do it, and practice makes perfect. So the more you do it, the more confidence you get, and how this is how you'll be able to to feel at ease in developing that skills as well.
And building tolerance is a very nice way to put it, because you're building your confidence by building tolerance actually goes exactly so that's yes, very interesting. With the landscape of work constantly evolving, how can academic study prepare students to be more flexible, reflective, or future oriented or future ready? Sorry.
I think academies are already doing a great job um, in terms of knowledge, in terms of adapting, so helping the student to adapt with whatever field they are in, whatever they are teaching, but also to collaborate. I think in most of the, if not all, the modules that are being taught, there's always like a group work or some kind of where they have to collaborate, students have to collaborate, and I know academics tend to put the emphasis on that. Okay. Um, the fact that students, like I said earlier, they're lucky enough to have the lectures that we have here at Middlesex, given the fact that, like I said, all of them are always learning, and they don't keep it to themselves. They use it in class as well, that I know. So this is something that you're very lucky to have. Okay. That's sharing on knowledge is just wonderful. And I know that a lot of students as well will do the same thing. I've seen students presenting papers, you see, and that collaboration between academics and students together is just wonderful. So the knowledge, the learning is important. And the other thing I would add is the engaging as well. The engagement that students have with the lecturers as well, that's also important. So I think the academic support that the students are getting is there, and the students needs to be able to use what they have and bring that to the working world as well.
Yeah, right. And students here at Middlesex, I think, will notice that there's a very visible spirit of generosity with the staff and the alumni as well.
Exactly.
I've never seen alumni students be more active in any other.
But also they are very active. I mean, you see what you're saying here, like they are, the generosity that you love. The word generosity is exactly what we've been doing for the past 15 years. We started small with 10 students, and now we are more than 1,800 students on campus. Um, but we've always been that community where we've been there for students. Okay, and alumni knows that. Since the first batch that graduated was in 2012. Okay, and they know what they gain from MSX, and they always tell me they want to come back and share that with our students. So this is always there, that sharing, and they're always very happy to connect with our current student and to, in a way, see how we can help to help our students. So yeah, it's there. That connection is there. And I think it's going to stay for a very long time.
So, talking about alumni and students, can you tell us a bit more about your time as a student and what your study habits were like, and how do you study while staying motivated?
Okay, so I was an international student. I didn't study in Mauritius. I was an international student, so I can relate a lot with the international student. And so for me, discipline was important. Time management was important. I had obviously being alone in a way, but you have to do your grocery shopping, you have to study, you have to work, and things like that. So it's just managing all that, but at the same time, um, staying alert and understanding why, like I said earlier, the why. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this module? Like how am I uh, using what I'm gaining in the class to build my career goals as well? So yeah, I would say being very disciplined, having a good time management was important for me. Yeah.
So, as an international student, would you say that the struggles that you see current international space, would you say they're similar to?
I would say yes. I've gone through the same, and if there's one advice that I can give to them, but to also all the student, is to ask for help. Okay. Yes, we are all adults. I considered myself as an adult when I was a student. I was independent, didn't have mom and dad next to me. So obviously I was independent, uh, but I thought, you are sometimes at the position when you think, okay, you can do everything on your own. You'll be fine. You can ask things from your friend and that's it. You get the dots and that's it. No. Ask for help. When you feel that you need help, whatever it is, even if it's just asking for a letter or just asking about a particular assignment, your friend can help you. I'm not saying no. If the friend is knowledgeable enough when it comes to the whole university. But we are here to help. The staff is here to help. So yes, ask for help. And that's something that I did learn, to ask for help as an international student, whatever issues, that other things that was bothering me, I had the facilities, and I did go and ask for help. So that's the advice I would tell to the international students. We are here to help. Come and knock our door, and we'll see how we can help.
So I've definitely heard from students from their feedback that they did come to you for help with their CDs and for applying for jobs, and the feedback has definitely been positive. I mean, at university, the staff really does help, and there's a real connection between the staff and the students. So that's commendable. So, what's one learning strategy or habit that you wish you had developed earlier as a student?
Um, I think time management, I think, because if I look at the undergraduate years, the first year of undergraduate, you come out of a level and you start straight away in the at university. There's a lot of things that is thrown at you. You've got four big modules that you need to learn. You are expected to learn independently. You have to the essays that you have. You don't know exactly what type of. I still remember the first feedback that I got. Um, the lecturer said to me, "You gave me an essay. I'm an A level, not of a university." So he explained to me, he actually explained to me how I need to be more in terms, I need to think more critically, and add that into my essay. So which I did. I did, like as I said, be open with feedback. So that's what I did as well. And yeah, so I guess it's really in terms of adapting as well, was quite difficult for me. Um, Getting used to everything that was going on at the university, but also, living as an international student. So yeah, you do have to learn to go for that, and it's hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It's hard, and I do understand the student as well, especially the first year when they come in. This is why we encourage. We're here. We're here to help. And like you said, the staff at the university, we do our best to support the students, but all they need to do is to knock on the door.
And you've spoken about how it was a challenge for you to adapt as a student and to manage all of home studies. And um, how would you say you were able to overcome these challenges?
Okay, I'm a very simple type of person. So what I used to do in my university days when I found that it was becoming too much, I would just leave everything, get on the bus, or get on the train, and just go for work. Okay. So I was studying in London at the time. So for those who've been in London, there's lots of parks. I love window shopping. I still do. So, and this is how I would take that break, if I can put it this way. Um, but if I do have an advice for the student, is to find something that they enjoy doing. Okay. I've seen some students using a gym. Sports helps a lot. Okay. So use the facilities. If they don't like the gym, if they're like me, I know in the new generation, doing window shopping is not something they want to buy, but obviously they have to look at the budget first. But yeah, if that's something that they like to go and go for a walk, go to the beach. The beach is very near. Go for a swim. But do something that you enjoy doing. Okay, if it's simply taking a nice book and sitting under the stairs in the library and reading it, then that's it. But get that break. It's important. You do not want to become too stressed and burn out and everything. It's true, we've got a wonderful well-being department who can support you, but there are other ways as well that you can release that pressure. And I think that little joy that you have for you, that can work. That's what.
What would be your top academic advice for students who want to excel academically and achieve strong results, but who are also struggling with time management and confidence?
I would say break things down in the sense that you would don't try to do everything at the same time. Okay, learn to do a few things as it goes. Okay, celebrate wins as well. So you've managed to finish your assignment in time. Congratulate yourself. Yeah, yeah. And cool. Don't don't stop, but at the same time, learn how to break things down. Don't try and do everything at the same time. And I always say this to students, especially those who wants to go in different type of societies or want to go in different student body schemes and things like that. It's fine. It's wonderful to do that. I enjoy seeing that. But like I always tell them, be sure that they are able to know what are their goals as well, what are their priorities, and find time to take breaks for themselves as well.
Breathing things down makes it more manageable.
Exactly. Exactly.
And whenever you're done with something, there's a sense of satisfaction or
Exactly.
fulfillment that is done for
Exactly.
you. Yes. And if you're trying to do everything at once, nothing will get done. And you will never be fulfilled or satisfied.
Exactly.
So breaking things down shows you that you're able to get things done.
Yes.
And you feel more fulfilled, you're confident to do more.
Same.
Exactly, very helpful. And as you look back on your student life, how would you say your academic background has shaped the way you work and the way you contribute in your current role today?
I think it has helped me be more structured, but also be more some disciplined and more empathetic as well. Okay. Um, why I'm saying this is because, especially in empathetic, because I'm able to understand what the students are going through. And I do. Sometimes students forget that we've been students as well. So we know what you guys are going through. Okay. And it helps me because I'm able then to help the students. Um, like I said, we understand them and we can relate to the different issues that they're going through. Okay. And I think that's how it has helped me. The different struggle that I have gone through from my study days, uh, it's the same. Okay, it's for any students that go through the university, it's more or less the same. But it's that and now being able to work in a university, I can relate to that. And that helps me to do my job. Uh, when I bring what we've been doing when it comes to the employability service, the different talks, the different industry visit, the different CEO of the month that we have. I didn't have this, but I see that I feel rather that it can bring a benefit to the student. And I think for me, the more closer the student is to the industry, the better chance the better, sorry, they are prepared for the world of work.
Mm. You're probably one of the most respected people
What a
in
diamond
my head from schools because I feel they talk very highly of you and they do have this sense of, even for me, I feel like it's easy to come to you for help. If I need it, it's easy to engage in a conversation with you. And we definitely feel this, you described it as empathy, and we definitely feel it because you are easy to talk to. And that's something that's commendable when you're working with students because if you had been intimidating or scary or mean, even, it would have made it a lot harder to connect with us.
Definitely.
And the idea that we can connect with you makes it a lot more easy for us, but I think it also makes your job
It does. It does. It does. I do love the interaction with students, not only to help them, but to learn from them. Like I said, I've been here for nearly 14 years now in September, and the number of students that I met throughout my years at Middlesex is just wonderful. And I've learned so much from students. It's true that I don't always have time now to talk too long with students, but I do when I can and do. Um, from the different countries. I learn a lot from Nigeria from the students. I don't need to go and Google it. I know I'll get it from student, from the culture the student bring to the campus, from the different, from the local students about their families, about, the other day I met one of our alumni and he was saying to me, I've sent a lot of my cousins here. Have you met them? And I'm like, let me know the names and I will see. And then he mentioned a few names and said, oh no, I know that student. But it's that engagement. And I like that because I learn so much from students and they help me. It is important and it's important for staff to talk to students because it will help us to help you as well, but also to provide a better service to you. When we provide a better service, you have a better student experience. And that's our goal, to ensure that our students have a very good experience at Middlesex, whether it's in class, whether it's outside the class, and to ensure that we help you grow as well. And that you after graduation, well, you're ready to tackle the whole world.
Impressive. Like you're doing a very impressive job. You're doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
And I have a lot of respect for you and the way that you do all that. You manage all of this and also a way that you're able to do it so well.
Thank you.
And it's been a pleasure having this conversation.
Pleasure's all mine.
Thank you for all that you shared with us. It will be helpful for all of us, regardless of our programs and whether we're students or alumni. It will be helpful. Thank you so much. This was very valuable. And I look forward to chatting with you again.
Oh, because my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
And you guys should definitely drop by as well for advice on if ever you're struggling on where to go, how to adapt to life after graduation. Dalilah is always here to help. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please feel free to subscribe and follow our Instagram page as well. Leave a comment on anything that resonated with you during our conversation and drop a like. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.